Hello, hello, hello. It's that time again. It's 20 minutes of visionary experience with Dr. Mike. I'm so happy to be with you on today. It's going to be a powerful time today. I'm excited to share with you what I know is going to be something that will allow you pastors to catapult your ministry to the next level. These 20-minute sprints are designed for you to take your vision to the next level. As visioneers, it's important that we are able to communicate our vision in a structured way whereby people can catch it, the vision and run with that vision and do what God called all of us to do. So Visioneering with Dr. Mike every Tuesday at 9 p.m. You know what time it is. Let's inspire congregation and attract more families. Let's get into it on tonight. And so we're talking about visioneering, and I want to give you a definition of what visioneering is. Let me go ahead and present, share my screen with you. Yes, yes, and yes. Let me give you this definition. I'm so excited. I was getting started without the presentation. So once again, Visionary with Dr. Mike every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Inspire your congregation and attract more families. That's what this is all about, to give you those nuggets that will allow you to take your vision to the next level. And so again, visioneering is the process of making a vision or a dream a reality, building a concept into a workable application. You know, one thing I learned about visioneering and visioning, in order for you to really have a concrete vision, a vision that goes beyond just an idea, you must incorporate the plan, the strategy, the end game, the end result. I was talking with a friend and we were working on a huge project together, and it's all about allowing pastors to come into agreement with a culture and with the vision that will allow them to thrive and prosper as a unit, as a group, as a team. See, even pastors have to come together under a vision. Even pastors have to come together under a concrete plan of action that will allow them to take their pastors, to take their vision to the next level. I was getting ready to make up a word, pastorship. Take their visions to the next level. However, this is the thing. Even pastors need other pastors who carry vision in their heart, who is able to communicate that vision to the pastors in a way that they can apply it to their ministries. And so we're so excited because now we are in position to help other pastors get this done on another level, 2 steps up. Come on, somebody say upgrade. And so I really believe that tonight is going to be important for you as we think about how we can take our visions and make them more than a dream, cause them to become a reality, to manifest. You know, somebody say manifest. And if you're watching right now, give StreamYard the ability for Facebook to show your comments. I want to see who's participating tonight because I'm giving away some good things tonight. As a matter of fact, let's start with this quiz. Here's the quiz. As you know, we've been starting with quizzes because you need to understand that there are things that you can do right now to move your ministry forward. So here's the question for tonight. What surprising technique can transform your church's vision into a movement? Now, how many of you want a movement? I want more than just Sunday service or Tuesday service or Wednesday service. Come on, we are looking to create movements, okay? A movement is when a group of people decide to make a difference. So let's look at this. Is it A, building strategic partnerships? Is it B, encouraging mentorship programs? Is it C, offering leadership development? Is it D, empowering small group initiatives? We all can agree that all of these are important, but what surprising technique? Because all of these techniques will work. You know, when you build strategic partnerships and work with other people, of course, it's the place that you don't need that God commands the blessing, Psalms 133. So strategic partnerships, especially when you're linking up with with brothers and sisters who have the same mind. Come on, if you have the same mind and you have the same outcome in mind and the same result in mind, and you want to impact a people, when you come together with other people who are like-minded, you can get anything done. You know. Remember in I believe it was I want to say it was in the book of it was the Tower of Babel. I'm like three books in. I really want to say it is in Genesis. Okay, so it's in the book of Genesis. In the Tower of Babel, God says, now that these people are one, there's nothing that is impossible for them to do. So I have to come and mess up their language. As a matter of fact, I know it's in Genesis. Hello. All right. So listen, strategic partnerships are great. B, encouraging mentorship programs. That's wonderful. when you have mentorship programs in your church, of course you're going to have a movement starting, especially when you are mentoring the young people, older people mentoring young people, passing that baton. That's what we should be doing. You know, the older generation passing that baton to the younger generation. C, offering leadership development. When there are leaders being developed, you have something strong happening in your church. When you are developing leaders, you are really taking it to the next level. Or is it D, empowering small group initiatives? And so we'll find out the answer in just a few seconds. But before we get to the answer, I just want to give away something tonight. As you know, we have launched our Visionary Pastor Insights newsletter. It's called Visioneering Insights. I want you to join the newsletter. And when you sign up for this newsletter, we're going to give you and gift you a $100 restaurant card, $100 savings card, so you can use it out when you go out to eat, have fun, enjoy. Come on. And so all I want you to do is sign up for a free newsletter. It's free. Plus you get $100 on top. Come on, somebody. That's what the kingdom is all about. It's all about giving. So I want to give you something for subscribing to our newsletter. And the newsletter this week is so good. It is so good. So you definitely want to go ahead and get on board. We just started. We just launched the newsletter and it's on fire already. And so the gift card is sponsored by the Vision Launchpad, Mike Phillips Media. And I'm telling you, it is such a blast. So what's the answer? The surprising technique that can transform your church's vision into a movement. What is it? Ding, 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 ding. Empowering small group initiatives. Believe it or not, you know, transformation and the movement is going to happen within the small groups, the 3, the 9, the 12. Remember how Jesus created his movement, 12 disciples. We all know that it's the most fundamental number of movement, 12, the number 12, the number of government. And then when you think about how he broke down the group into, you had that inner circle of 3. Okay. And so when you have a small group of people who have the like mind, you know what the Bible says, with 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, right? So nothing is impossible. It's going to happen. It's already done. The movement is already in motion, right? So all you need to do is really begin to organize people and structure a movement within your church whereby they can understand what it is that you're communicating as far as vision, and be I call it be flexible enough in order to accomplish what it is that's in your heart to accomplish. So you can have small groups around different initiatives. They all don't have to be around the same thing. I know I know we get into this this copycat mode of, if they do small groups like this over here, we got to do small groups like this over here. No, you can have different initiatives happening at the same time with the young people, with the senior saints, with different age groups, with different skill sets. You got your tech community. You have, I had a group of nerds because I'm a nerd. I attracted some nerds in my church. I had some super nerds. I had some super techie people, and we hung out and we were a think tank. We came up with ideas that people are just now picking up on as far as media and how to use media and how to leverage media, right? And so you can have empower small groups, and small groups will take you far. Sometimes you have to break it down to where people have like interests, they have like desires, like passions, and so you'll be shocked how when you put people in and learn their passions and learn their strengths and learn their core desires and put them together, and you'll be surprised how much you can get done within your ministry. So empowering small groups is definitely a key. So let's go a little bit deeper into it. So I want to give you 10 ways to empower small group initiatives. 10 ways. Tonight, you're going to walk away with 10 ways to empower small group initiatives to turn your church's vision into a movement. And so we'll go real quick. It's not going to be boring. We're just going to go step by step, okay? So again, small groups are the heart of community building within churches. They really are. So if you don't have a small group, we have small groups. We have circles of life within our church. So we use small groups and leverage small groups to start movements, even to create where we went from one part of the city to another part of the city. We were expanding through our small groups. And so we'll explore 10 ways tonight to empower these initiatives to cause impactful change. Okay, so number 1, everything starts with a vision. Define your vision. Okay, so we clearly have to have a vision. Without a vision, everything is up to just interpretation. We can't have that, especially when you're trying to incorporate and implement vision. So you have to have a clearly defined vision. Small groups should align with the vision to ensure they are working towards the common goal. That is what is so vitally important in all of this. Without that, we have confusion. So everyone has to be in alignment, divine alignment. Number two, it encourages leadership. So we want to encourage leadership. This is how you grow leaders. This is how you discover leaders. This is where you find leaders. If you really want to find leaders, begin to allow them to function. One thing that I learned very early on is that you have to give people room and space to function. And you can't be like micromanaging. I don't like micromanaging. I don't like to be micromanaged. And I believe in giving people space to succeed, and listen to this, and also to fail. Sometimes it's the process that, and not sometimes, I believe all the time, it's the process of taking on the responsibility of leadership that allows people to flourish. You have to give people room to fail and flourish, okay? And that's how you do it. Empowering small group leaders with the tools and resources they need to lead effectively. Strong leadership is essential for driving momentum within small groups. So you want to give your small group leaders empowerment, okay? Number three, foster the connections. Make sure that we create environments, create opportunities for meaningful connections within small groups. The environments are so very important. That's what I was saying. Bring people together in the environments where they can prosper, connect with people, and then get things done. Open dialogue, active listening, a sense of belonging. That is so important. Listen, one of the worst things we can do is be discriminatory in any kind of way. You have to have the mindset of inclusivity. You have to make sure that people feel like they are a part, and not just feel like it. Make them be a part of what it is that you're doing. Allow them, not just make them, allow them to be a part of what you're doing by giving them a piece. Okay, let them take ownership. One of the greatest things you can always do in ministry is give people ownership of that vision, ownership of that group, ownership of that department. This is your department. Have some dignity. Come on, we're taking it to the next level and excellence. Have some dignity on the way that we perform in this role. Have some dignity and I won't even say pride. I would say dignity and excellence about how we perform when we're serving other people. Number four, provide training. Now, one of the key things that I always believe in is if you cannot train people to do it right, you can't expect for them to do it right, because it is undue expectation when you have not taken the time to give proper instruction and give guidelines and give and really deliver a training whereby people can follow you. Provide training, offer training sessions, small group leaders, topics like communication, conflict resolution, effective group dynamics. All of these skills they can utilize in the church, but also utilize outside the church. Do you know that the community of the church should be where people are sharpening their skills? I always tell people, when you come to the house of God, don't turn your mind off, turn your mind on. We don't want you walking around here like mindless people. We want you to be sharp in the spirit. Come on, because iron sharpens iron. And we provided training, leadership development. We believe in teaching people. We had outside people come in and teach communication skills, conflict resolution. We had mental health counselors. We had financial people come in, financial literacy, whatever to sharpen the skills and sharpen the dynamic of who we were as kingdom believers. I was all for it. Okay. All right. Number five, we are moving right along. Promote diversity, embrace diversity within the small groups, and foster a rich tapestry of perspectives. Perspectives are very important. There are different dynamics that happen, that people feel like they're making a contribution, different voices, contribution, young people, old people. It didn't matter to me if you were 12 or 80. You had contribution. We gave you an opportunity to contribute. We gave you opportunity to speak. Everyone wants to be heard. Everyone desires to be heard. Okay. And so promoting diversity is very important. Of course, we are in a community, in a culture, in a day and age where diversity is at the top of the heap when it comes to being aware. Be aware of things that is adverse to diversity. We don't want to come against anything that will cause us to look like or be like, and you should never be like someone who hates diversity. Okay, then you really got to check yourself before you wreck yourself. Number six, focus on discipleship. Small groups is a great place for discipleship. 12 disciples. Remember, inner circle was 3. So it's a great place to really go a little bit deeper. Some days you can't go all the way in, but in small groups, you can go a little bit deeper and have those conversations. I believe the kingdom is all about conversations, all about you connecting with someone else. connecting with your brother, connecting with your sister, and driving those conversations deeper so that we can get to the heart of the matters and really help each other succeed. Number 7, embrace innovation. This is where I love it. I love it. I love it. New ideas, innovation, approaches. All right, we got to innovate. Everything is about innovation. If you stay the same, you are falling behind. If you are in the same place you were 10 years ago, you're not. It's really an encroachment on the power and creativity. It really an encroachment on how powerful and how creative God is, that you will stay in the same place. It's like saying that it's like having a form of godliness. This is exactly what comes to mind: a form of godliness, but denying the power. Come on, you have to embrace innovation. We have the spirit of creativity on the inside of us. We have the mind of Christ. We are innovative people. Come on, the Holy Spirit came to innovate us, to rejuvenate us and innovate. Come on, somebody. So encourage creativity. I love experimentation. Of course, everything has to be in alignment with the word. We're not talking about sin, but we're talking about being creative, using your mind, having ideas, being sharp, being open. Number 8, cultivate accountability. This is where small groups really supersede anything else that you ever can do. Because within the small groups, people know and they get to know the true you. You only can hide out for so long in a small group. In a large crowd, you can hide, but in a small group, there is accountability. Like, oops, did I really say that? Yes, you did, and we all heard it, and you are accountable, right? So foster a culture of accountability within small groups. It's not just for good things, for the bad things, but also for the good things. I think just being accountable brings out the best in all of us, right? It really does. That's what marriage is all about anyway. Okay, number 9, celebrate successes. Woo, now this is where you take it to the next level. Recognize, celebrate the achievements and milestones of people in the small groups. I mean, that positive feedback is important. Recognizing birthdays, anniversaries, that is great. Recognizing achievements, even those things that happen outside of the ministry, like things that happen on your job. You got a raise, you help, and you achieve this. Whatever sport you may be in, or whatever social community activity you're doing, you are able to do X, Y, Z. You ran the 5K. Come on, somebody. Maybe you walked the 5K. That's still great, right? So those things should be celebrated on a regular basis. And I think everyone, and I believe everyone, loves to be celebrated. Okay. Number 10, finally, amplify the impact. So when you bring those small groups back together, okay, when you begin to engage in community outreach projects together, you amplify. Now you have this pocket of people on fire, this pocket of people on fire, this pocket of people over here on fire. And when you bring all of that together in that synergy, that synergistic community starts to happen, and you begin to go out in one mind. I'm telling you, I used to leave outreach programs for my church, and we would go into our city, and we would just go and transform neighborhoods. We would actually literally plant flowers in people's yards. We would clean up the yards. We would clean up playgrounds. We would literally go and just beautify the neighborhood. We thought in our hearts and minds that if we sow seed of beauty and joy and happiness, that we were really programmed, and we really believe that we thought as a collective we can beautify the neighborhood, and because we brought beauty for ashes, it will cause the community to grow and prosper. And we saw it with our own eyes. We saw it with our own eyes. So community projects, social initiatives, mission work, extend the impact beyond the church's walls to the broader community. Isn't that what it's all about? So as we wrap up, 19 minutes, 47 seconds, and we are on time. Come on. By empowering small group initiatives with these 10 strategies, you can turn your church's vision into a dynamic movement that inspires change, fosters growth, and strengthens community bonds. Helen Keller said this: alone we can do so little, but together we can do so much. Let's go, people. 20 minutes, Visioneering Sprints with Dr. Mike. God bless you. I pray and trust you are blessed. See you next week. Take care.